Hello, good morning students. Myself is Kanti sir, teaching mathematics standard 10 English medium. I heartily welcome at our online mathematics class. As you know, in lesson number 2nd, we already solved the sums and gone through the topic of finding zeros of mostly quadratic polynomial and few sums of cubic polynomial also. Now, at last, I told you of previous lecture that in next one means today we are going to solve and discuss those types of questions which are in reverse way. Means you are given something about roots and that polynomial is not given, that we have to find. Okay. So for that purpose you are given sum and product of roots, not roots itself. Instead of given root itself, you are given sum and product of roots or of zeros. Root or zero both synonyms. Now, it is in exercise 2.2, question number 2. If sum and product of zeros given, then find polynomial. Okay. So far we are given polynomial, we found roots, zeros. Now it is this way only. Now you just open your textbook at particular page given at exercise 2.2 question number 2. Now in this one, first sum and product given 1/4 minus 1. Okay, most of students understand or just misunderstand that this is alpha and this is a beta, but actually this is alpha plus beta and this is alpha into beta, not alpha and beta itself. Okay, so keep in mind these things. Now, there is a one formula you can write if zeros, product and sum given at that time. How to find polynomial? X square minus sum means sum of 0 or alpha plus beta, x plus alpha beta, where k is not equal to 0. What is meaning of this one? X square alpha plus beta means sum of zeros, alpha beta means product of 0. You just place your values. If there is a fraction, then just take LCM. Now what is meant by k? Actually that is not important for us. What is real meaning of k? Okay, I just tell you. Suppose you are given x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Okay. Then you will factorize this one as a like this, x minus 3, x minus 2. I am giving one example only, okay, nothing to do with this sum. Then you will get x equal to 3 and x equal to 2. Now instead of this polynomial, suppose you were given 2x square minus 10x plus 12 equal to 0. Okay. Then what happens? So now we try according to our method. 2x square x plus 12 0. Now look here, 12 to the 24. Okay, so 24's 2 factor, 24's 2 factor, so that sum becomes 10. Okay, so 24's 2 factor I am writing here, 2 into 12. Okay, then 3 into 8, then 4 into 6, Okay, now this is applicable, so I am writing 6, 4. Now just solve 2x square minus 6x minus 4x plus 12 equal to 0. Take common out of this one, 2x common, so x minus 3. Here according to third term sign take minus common, and 4 is common. Okay, sign inside of bracket of both terms will be opposite. Now what is left here? X. Now what is left? 3, but sign opposite, minus, so plus, plus, so minus, equal to 0. So we got 2 factor x minus 3, 2x minus 4. So out of this one we will get 3, and out of this one we will get 4 by 2, 2. Now compare both ones. Answer is same only. Now compare both polynomials. X square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. 2x square minus 10x plus 12 equal to 0. Can you notice anything? Second equation is multiple of first one. Second equation is twice of first one. Okay, all terms are twice. So what happens? Answer will be same only. Suppose you are given 3x square minus 15x plus 18, then also answer will be 3 and 2 only. So I hope you understand. If sum and product of zeros are given, then there is not a fixed answer. So many answers are there. Okay, so many answers are there, but we have to give simplest form of that polynomial. Simplest form of that polynomial means you understand. Okay, but that's why we have written here k. K is any positive integer, twice, thrice means 2, 3, 4, 5, but never 0. If k may be 0, then this part is meaningless. Okay, so you understand what is meant by k. Okay, so that is just formality to multiply your answer by k only, and denote what is k, because k cannot be 0. Okay, so understand this way. K may be negative also. Negative also. Instead of integer, may be fraction also. So k is any number. I just told positive integer, but for our understanding and for our convenience, but k may be any number except 0. Okay, you can try yourself also. If you make 3 by 2 of that equation 5 times, 10 times, 7.5 times, whatever, answer will always be 3 and 2. Okay, so this is the meaning behind that. If you want to understand, if you want to memorize this, then no problem. Now look there, nothing to do, only place value. So x square minus 1 by 4x plus minus 1. Okay, write down this one every time, otherwise it last step, first and last. So what happens here? X square minus x by 4, x by 4, okay, because 4 in denominator, minus 1. Okay, now take LCM. So it will become 4 is taken LCM, so 4x square minus x minus 4. You understand how to take LCM? Okay, whenever 4 is not there, numerator becomes 4 times. Okay, now this is not important for us, means that coefficient of whole polynomial, that is not important part of our answer. So you just keep it outside of bracket. Okay, so k by 4. So 4x square minus x minus 4. K is not again 0. But whether it is k by 4 or something else, our main concentration remains here. You can see at back pages of textbook, answer is given only this one. No, this extra part is involved there, but we have to give perfect answer this way only. Okay. Now instead of k by 4, if you want only new symbol, then you can write it. Okay. Why write k by 4? This is not important at all. So we can involve new symbol also, so 4x square minus x minus 4, where k prime is not equal to 0. Any letter you can suppose it. Why? Instead of these two numbers, just remove it and replace by 1 only. Okay. So that is the real your answer. So every time in whole question you have to find polynomial on x if sum of zeros and product of zeros are given. Then finding polynomial on x, okay, is this only found. Okay. In textbook it is found some other way also, but I think it is more convenient and simple. Okay, just to remember these equations. Okay. So again, quick revise of this one. Just remember. Now place value of sum and 0. They have given is sum and product of zeros are given respectively, means sum product. Okay. And understand and read carefully statement. If it is given in quite opposite way in exam, then understand and be aware. Suppose they have given product and sum of zeros respectively, then understand this is product and this is sum. Okay. So be careful whenever you read any question first time. Instruction is very important. Sometimes we concentrate at our main part only. That statement are overlooked. But this happens sometimes dangerous. Okay. So keep in mind, instruction is very important before going to main part and going to solution of the question. Okay. Now second one, root 2 1 by 3. Now everything is same only. Look here. This is our second part. What is given? Sum is root 2. And product is 1 by 3. So write down here root 2, here 1 by 3. Same types of sum only. So k x square minus root 2x plus 1 by 3. Now take LCM and take it directly outside of bracket. Okay. No need to write one extra step. Okay. 3 is taken LCM. So now 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1. Okay. So that is our main equation. But now replace this one by k prime. So 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1. K prime is not equal to 0. Okay. Nothing is different. Only value change. And according to that value, I just follow same process, just like first one. Okay. So I think nothing to understand, not to go so much deep. Just remember that formula, place value and simplify. And only steps are quite more because of fraction only. If it is given integer, then only within 1 or 2 steps or even orally you can give your answer. Okay. Same way, now look at number 3. Number 3, 0 and root 5 given. Okay, these are textual sums. 0 and root 5 given. Third one of second question. So write down 0 here, root 5 here. So it becomes x square plus root 5. K is not equal to 0. Sum over. Because 0 into x 0, no need to write it. Okay. So x square plus root 5 is our answer. Okay. Next. 1 1. Again very simple. Write down 1 here, 1 here. I am talking about number 4. One means sum 1, product also 1. sum 1, product 1. Okay, so becomes x square minus x plus 1, k is not equal to 0. Minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, fifth sum. Minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Okay, so again, then we only sum is minus 1 by 4, and you have to place that value in bracket only. Okay, keep in mind, value always placed in mathematics in bracket only. Okay, sometimes you think that what is the need of bracket whenever positive number is there, but keep habit of this one. Whenever minus number is there, negative number is there, at that time it is very necessary. Okay, that's why you just habituate to place value in bracket only. Now simplify. So it becomes x square plus x by 4 minus minus plus 1 by 4. Now take 4 LCM. So it becomes 4x square. Why? Because here no 4 in denominator. So multiply the 4 divided by 4. So divided 4 is taken outside. Plus x plus 1. If is not equal to 0. If you want to remove this one, then write down common symbol. So 4x square plus x plus 1, k is not equal to, k prime is not equal to 0. Okay. 4 and 1, very simple. Okay. 4 and 1, last one, 6. Question number 6. Sum is 4, product is 1. Write down 4, write down. Okay, so that is answer only. X square minus 4x plus 1. K is not equal to 0. That is our answer only. Because no fraction is there, so 2 or 3 steps become less. And you can verify also your answer. How? If you try to solve this one. Now it is not possible by factorization. Okay, so I am not going in depth because it is by quadratic polynomial method only it is possible. Okay, so now you cannot factorize it because once 2 factor are not possible, which sum becomes 4. Okay, but by other way it can be factorized. Not can be factorized, but alpha and beta can be found. By 2 other methods are there. We will learn this one in chapter number 4. Okay, so by that method we can find alpha and beta. There is no one method of solving any quadratic equation. Other 2 methods are also. You will study this one in lesson number 4. Okay, so that is again very simple topic. Topic is what you know. Now I just give you few sums regarding that one. Okay, that is the instruction. Sum and product given. Sum and product. Now first one, 2 1 by root 3. Okay, sum 2, product 1 by root 3. Next one, minus 1 1 by 5. Number 3, root 3 0. Number 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3. Number 5, 2 3. Number 6, 0 1 minus. Okay, so same types of sums only. Sum and product given. What to find? Polynomial. Okay, in polynomial just write p of x, not write equal to something. If you write equal to something, equal to 0 or equal to something, then it will become equation. Okay. So only p of x equal to something. Don't try to solve it. Nothing. Don't compare it with any numerical value. Okay. Now, so that is very simple topic. So now we end this one here. Now our next topic. Division of polynomial. You already gone through division of polynomial. You know how to divide one number by other number. Okay, suppose you are given 105. You want to divide it by 6. 106 divided by 3. Dividend divisor. So first you decide 3 3 is 9. So you decide this one, this number here by table only. Okay. So then you multiply this and this number. So 3 multiply 3 becomes 9. Then you subtract this one. So whatever get, you just write. Now one digit come here. Okay. One digit whose turn is there, it comes there. Then again you decide here another number so that you go near to that number. So 3 5 are 15. Okay, you decide first of all 5, then you multiply 3 into 5 15, then you subtract and find again difference. Now this is less than that. Now whatever you got is less than divisor. So division is not possible in next step. So this is your remainder and this is your quotient. Dividend divisor. Okay, you know and you familiar with all these terms in lesson number 1 also. Okay. So whenever you are asked to divide particular polynomial by other one, at that time you just give answer of quotient and remainder. Now another one, suppose you will be you are given 96 and you want to divide it by 3, then 3 3s are 9, 0, 6 comes here, 3 2s are 6. Now you got remainder 0. You got remainder 0. What you can say relation between this and this? I can say 3 is a factor of 96. Whenever I get remainder 0, at that time I can say this one means dividend is a factor, divisor is a factor of dividend. 3 is a factor of 96. Why? I got remainder 0. So same question can be asked by some other way also, not to instead just to divide and finding quotient and remainder, but you are asked to verify that any one is a factor of other one or not. Any one means any one polynomial is factor of other polynomial or not. So only same way division is required there. So that same way only you can decide. If remainder 0, then factor. Divisor is a factor of dividend. If remainder non-zero, then that divisor is not a factor of division. Okay, so keep in mind. Sometimes students confuse that this polynomial is divided by which one? There are two given. Suppose A and B polynomial are given, then A is divided by B or B is divided by A. Just understand, mostly we divide in lower primary standard. You know at that time what you are doing. You first of all decide that you used to decide at that time which one is bigger and which one is smaller, and always you used to divide at that time bigger number by smaller number only. Then in upper standard you started to divide smaller by bigger also, but at starting only, at lower primary level, you always divided bigger one by smaller number only. So this is our starting of polynomial. So divide bigger polynomial by smaller. So how to decide which one is bigger and which one smaller? Not by length. Not by length, by degree only. Okay? Look here. x4 plus 1. x square plus 2x plus 1. Which one is bigger? Don't count number of terms. Second one is not bigger. First one is bigger. Why? Because degree of polynomial is 4 here and degree of polynomial is 2 here. What is meant by degree of polynomial? You know. Biggest degree of term. Biggest degree of particular term. Okay? So, first one, x raised to 4 plus 1 is divided by x square plus 2x plus 1. You understand? According to degree only you can decide. They clarify mostly. But in word problems and some particular question, this question arises. Okay, some confusion may be there. Okay, so keep in mind that thing. Now, if you remember well, you have some knowledge that there are two methods of division of polynomial. One is long division method and other one is synthetic division method. Long division method and synthetic division method. Okay, in this lecture we just revise only that particular things and all basic of division only. Synthetic division method. Synthetic division method and long division method. Okay, if your divisor is linear polynomial. What is meant by linear polynomial? You know, if degree of polynomial is 1, then that polynomial is called linear polynomial. So again I tell you, if divisor is linear polynomial, then synthetic division method is possible. Means there are two options. By any way you can divide. But if your divisor polynomial is not linear, means maybe quadratic or maybe cubic, at that time you have to follow long division method only. This one is not applicable there. Okay? In standard 9, your old divisor polynomial was linear. So I hope most of students selected synthetic division methods only. I give you some example. Suppose you are given to divide this by x minus 2. Then what you are doing? You just write coefficient of dividend. Coefficient of dividend. 1 minus 2 minus 8. Now you were writing this way. Now write your 0 of divisor. 0 of divisor means you know. Equalize this 0 and find x. Finding 0 means equalize polynomial equal to 0 and find x. So 0 of divisor only. Write down here. Now first of all, place here 0. Always. Now make total. 1 plus 0, 1 only. Now multiply 2 1 ja 2 this way. 2 1 ja 2. So what are left here? 0. Okay. Then now x plus 2. Okay, I multiply by x plus 2. So that it become meaningful. It becomes meaningful. Okay, again minus 2. Okay, so minus 2. Why? Divisor. 0 of divisor. Minus 2 here. So write down first of all 0 then make total. Now minus 2 ones are minus 2. Minus 2 ones are minus 2. Okay, multiply them. Now make total. Minus 2, minus 2, minus 4. You understand that? Not minus 2, minus 2, 4. Minus minus plus means not sign plus. That means only addition. Now again, minus 2 into minus 4 plus 8. Minus minus plus here, it product only. So it becomes 0. Now last digit gives us remainder. And previous old digit gives us quotient. So quotient becomes here x minus 4. Why? Last term is constant term. Then x square, then x cube. Okay, this way only you understand. And remainder is 0. Okay, so that is revision only. So in standard 10 also, you can select synthetic division method whenever divisor polynomial is linear one. Okay, so keep in mind, I quick revise it. Just write down all quotient of dividend polynomial. Now write here 0 of divisor polynomial. Now first of all, write down 0, make total. Then multiply minus 2 ones are minus 2, make again total. Then minus 2 into this means minus 2 is multiplied by latest number here. So now latest number is minus 4. So minus 2 minus 4, 8. Now make total, it becomes 0, means over. Last digit is remainder. Okay, not always 0. And previous old digit gives us coefficient of quotient polynomial. Okay, so write accordingly. Okay, so I think we will practice some few more sums also in next.